everybody. Today's here is the polynomials of class 10. First of all, we will define the polynomials. What is polynomials? Mathematical expressions that consist of inter minus and coefficient, interdeterminants and coefficient called polynomials. So first define your polynomials. The mathematical expressions having or consist of inter minus determiners and coefficient is called polynomials. Okay, the intercoefficients, determinants and the coefficients having the polynomials. Here is the polynomials. Now polynomials and their related terms. Polynomials and their related terms. Polynomials and related terms. Now we will try to understand this polynomial and their related terms. So what is the related terms? First polynomials we understood here. First degree of polynomials. So first degree of polynomial. Okay, so here is the degree. Higher exponent of algebraic expression is called degree of polynomials. Degree of polynomials. Okay, example, suppose that we will take the example or degree of polynomials. Here is the ax plus b, x plus 10, also 10x plus square plus y. So here is the highest degree in highest is equal to x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. So degree is equal to, answer is 2. Answer will be 2. Got it? So here is the degree of polynomials. I hope that you understood the degree of polynomials. 1 degree is containing 2 degree. So 2 degree for us, write the degree of the polynomials. Suppose that 2 degree. Write some examples. Suppose that we will take the right question is here. The degree of polynomials. Write the degree of polynomials. So degree of polynomials of the following of expressions is given of expressions. Algebraic expressions. First question is given here. So first questions we will take the first questions and 7q square 4q square 7q square plus 4q square plus 3 by 2 q power 4 3 by 2 q power 4 plus q minus 8 plus q minus 8. So its expressions have a highest degree is q have a highest degree 4, so answer will always be 4 degree here will be 4. So I hope that you understood that's the degree of the polynomials, and in other cases we can also identify the degree of polynomials. Now we will discuss about the types of polynomials. On the basis of degree, we will take types of polynomial. Here is the types of polynomials, means that on the basis of degree, as is said, the types of is converted into the polynomials. So we will study the types of polynomials. Here is the 4 types of polynomials on the basis of degree. On the basis of degree, it is 4 types. Here, as we study according to that, so it's 4 types. First, linear. Second, quadratic. Third, cubic. And the fourth here is biquadratic. Suppose the degree, on the basis of the degree, suppose if it contains 1 degree, means that the degree of polynomials, first polynomials of degree 1. 1 degree, linear means that 1 degree. Quadratic contains 2 degree, and the cubic contains 3 degree, and biquadratic contains 4 degree. So here is the linear equations. On the basis of that, so we will see here the linear equations. 1 degree containing some linear equations. We can see here, so example, 5x plus y is equal to x is equal to 1 degree. So 5x square plus y. So sorry. So 1 degree, 5x plus 1, 5x square plus 10 is equal to x is equal to 2 degree. 5x cube plus 10, x is equal to 3 degree. And take the example, another example, 5x power to the power 4 plus 10 is equal to x power 4 is equal to 4 degree. These are some examples. I have given you examples so that you can understand it clearly. And the degree of the polynomials we have find out here. So one's linear, quadratic, cubic, and the biquadratic. And some questions related to this, we have to find out different types of the questions is given here. Suppose that find the degree of the following polynomials. Sorry, so write the types of the of polynomials of these algebraic expressions. So algebraic expressions, question first, question second, question third, question fourth. 4 types of the question. Suppose that it's a given here, so we will find out that which types of polynomials is given here. So here is the highest powers, polynomials 3, so it's a cubics. So we will write here, so cubics means that 3 degree, 4 degree, 8 cubes. First, suppose that here is given that quadratic 3x 5z. Here is the 5z is equal to 1 degree. And second, suppose that questions, according to the questions, we will take here 8x square. 8x square is equal to x is equal to 2 degree. And suppose that third, we have taken here 9x cube plus 3x square. So here is the 3 degree. And further, suppose that we will take here another example, x to the power 4 minus 7z square plus 1. So x is equal to 4 degree. So these are the some questions. According to the questions, we can recognize it so easily that which types of the degrees available. So 1 degree, 2 degree, so it is linear. This is a linear equations, linear polynomials, cubic, quadratic polynomials. Here is the cubic polynomials, and it is biquadratic polynomials. According to the degrees, we can recognize how many types of the polynomials, and write here systematically that's a degree of polynomials. So value of polynomials as a given points. Now we will consider as the value of polynomials at a given points. Value of polynomials at a given point. Here is the terms. First terms we have defined, types of polynomials we have defined, and the degree of polynomials we have already defined here, and the points. If given point is given, point is given, so then we will find out the polynomials, the value of polynomials if the point is given. So suppose that with the help of example we will try to understand that. If the polynomials are given here, and the examples, if px is equal to 5x square minus 4x plus 2, then the value will be px square. So example, suppose that with the help of example we will try to understand px is equal to it's a question is given here, so 5x square minus 4x plus 2, and if x is equal to 2, then find the value of the given points. Given points of px, x is equal to 2 is equal to, here is the 5 into 2 square plus minus 4 into 2 plus 2. Then we will calculate here, the 5 to 2 is 4, 5 is 20, 20 plus 4 to is minus 8 plus 2. Then 22 minus 8 will always be 22 minus 8 will always be 14. So here is the 14 answer. This will be the given points, and we have find out the 14 is the answer of these questions. And zeros of polynomials we will discuss about further. Here is the next terms, and that is said to be the zeros of polynomials. Zeros of polynomials. Polynomials. What is the meaning of the zeros of polynomials? Any polynomials means given here is either the linear, quadratic, cubic, or biquadratic. So that is depending upon the degrees. So, here's the we have to understood that. So what is the real meaning of the zeros of polynomials? Then we will write here 0, and the questions is given a different with the help of the if the suppose that if the k is the zero of polynomials, then we can write here, so these expressions p k is equal to 0. So that is the polynomial k is always be 0. So on the basis of this we will confirm and try to find the zeros of polynomials if the algebraic expressions is given here. So 2 is the zeros of polynomials. Then take the examples. If the example is given here, suppose that example is a given polynomial px is equal to 5x plus 7. If example here, so px is equal to 5x plus 7. Suppose that this question is given here, so if we put the px, x is equal to, then x is equal to, we will substitute here x is equal to px is equal to 5x plus 7. So if the px is given, then because k is here 0, so px is equal to 0, then this 5x if 5x is equal to 7, then further x will be 7 by 5. If we substitute this value in this algebraic expressions, means that p k is equal to, then we will find here 5 into 7 by 5 plus 7. Then we will do here 7 plus 7. Here is the 7 given. So 7 plus 7 is equal to 14. So 14 will be this will always be answer of these questions, and its lies here px is equal to minus 7. So then polynomials will always be in form of this algebraic expressions minus. So minus is minus 7, and minus 7 will always be 0. This will be an answer of these questions. Means that if the zeros of polynomials is given here, so we can calculate that's how we will find the zeros of polynomials. If the polynomials zeros is not given, means that's any algebraic expression. Two types of reverse reverse of the questions is given here. So means that different types of the questions is coming first of forward directions and backward directions. Just like the forward counting and backward counting, to base the questions is going on running on. So in each algebraic expression, then we can find out if the value is given here. Now geometrical meaning of zeros of polynomials, we will understood the geometrical meaning of the zeros of the polynomials, and the difference may be there for the different process so in the next times. Further geometrical meanings of the zeros of polynomials by means of the, if the geometrical meaning of zeros of polynomials in the linear equations is given here, then we will try out the take the scopes of geometrical meanings, that's when and which way it's have a zeros of polynomials, and how we will geometrically defined by x and y axis, and in these x and y axis we will take the graphs and find out the value of the linear, quadratic, cubic, biquadratic and algebraic expressions on the basis of the degree. And then if the value is, because zeros are polynomials, we have understood it clearly. So zeros are polynomials, we have understood it, and then after that we will discuss here. And that's how many types of the zeros of polynomials is here, and how we will calculate that. So this will be represented by which way, and so in a geometrical point of view, so it would be a linear, quadratic, biquadratic, or cubics. And if it is linear, then how we will calculate here, and how we will define its geometrical meaning of zeros of quadratic polynomials can be stated in a three conditions, and the three conditions will always be points, means that x axis, and that will always be on the x axis. If the touching point is 2 point on x axis, touching point 1 axis, and no touching points, means that first of all we have to know understood that it's the quadrant. The x and y axis of both axes have a quadrant, and on the basis of quadrants equations will be given here, and we will try to understand it. So which quadrant contains the value, and which quadrant does not contain the value. So these are the some questions that arises in our minds and your minds also. So no problem at all for here. So we will discuss here, so as I discuss the polynomials, and that's the types of polynomials, the degrees of polynomials, and then after that, on the basis of degree of polynomials, so we have studied about the turn out the types of the polynomials, means that's linear, cubic, linear, quadratic, cubic, and biquadratic polynomials. And then further more, so we have find out the zeros of polynomials. If the k is the zero of polynomials, then we will find, as I said, we can write it in the px, k is always be a zero, then zero will always be retained. So here in LHS is always be RHS, then it will follow the polynomials rules and regulations, and then after we will calculate here LHS and RHS. Now same ways we will also learn about the zeros of polynomials here in these chapters, and try to solve different types of the algebraic expressions in a simple way, easy way, so that you cannot be bored, and the questions will not work as act as a big bugbear for you. So because many students have some different backgrounds, and that affect the persons and their personality, and the student and there's different viewpoints. So we will try to all students so that they become scholars, and do their best by understanding well the meaning of the polynomials. Okay, and with these words I am taking the response that says, if you attend my class, you will certainly able to reach in a quite right positions, and you will go in ahead, and gain grounds in every walk of life, every scope of life. And here is the, we know that we have to main target here in this in the study of the polynomials is that we can understand the concept. A clear concept will always be helpful for us, and it will provide us a better performance in every work of lives. And there is no needs of the every work of lives, only needs is this, that we have to gain more and more marks, so that our degree, our certificates will be a better, and thus it makes a better resume and better better effects on the upcoming schedule. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.